Alright, welcome back to Rob's Garage Woodworking. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about my hanging tool cabinet. I've had this for about 10 or 11 years. It's out of Shop Notes magazine. Shop Notes magazine is a great magazine if you want to make fancy stuff for your workshop. They have a lot in there. Some of it's beginner oriented, sometimes it's a little more complicated. It is a great magazine. It's more expensive because there's no ads in it. So if you were to get like the Home Handyman or Canadian Home Workshop or something like that, there's a lot of ads in it. This one is very thin, doesn't have a lot of ads in it, and you pay more money for the magazine. But it's a good magazine. It has this cabinet in it. This is volume 13, issue number 77. This is from September, October 2004. So this cabinet itself, from here to here, which is basically the size of the cabinet, is 46 by 81, okay? And the benefit of this cabinet is that you can customize everything for it. So it's got pegboard back, the sides here are pre-drilled for shelves, right? It has sliding doors on patio door hardware, right? Which is underneath, like it's built into the bottom of this. It's kind of complicated to do. So it gives you your sliding doors, which are nice, and then you can do whatever you want in the back. Here I have some saws, some gloves for doing staining and whatnot, and then on the other side I have some shelves in it, and then again my staplers, I have them all hanging up down at the bottom. But you can use the pegboard anywhere, and you can put shelves anywhere. So even on the front of this, I have a shelf, a 2x4 shelf that I've used for the screwdrivers. And I've used 2x4 so that the screwdrivers don't fall over on an angle. Like sometimes if you use thinner wood, sometimes you'll see them sitting there like this. Or these hangers. If you buy pegboard hangers like these, I don't use them for, like, have some carving chisels and some little tiny screwdrivers that I use it for, but I don't use them for the other ones. And then also it has plans for this little cubby thing here, and you can have, you know, just your plastic parts bins that fit in nicely. And on the bottom I've actually just added some other shelves for part storage. Nothing fancy, just, you know, added storage. So the benefit of this is really your customized shelves. So they will show you how to make these customized shelves, and this one, they look pretty and everything, and what it does is I just have, this one's for my wrenches. I only made a couple of these customized shelves. I've got one for my chisels as well that I just made out of 2x4. So on the shelf itself, even though it's kind of a fancy shelf, I still used just a wood screw in it to hold the wrench in place, right? And then on the back of those, so on the back of these, to hold them in place, use these square bend hook screws, and these are Stanley. I got these from Home Depot, and that's how they lock in. You actually have to chamfer the back of it, stick the shelf in, and lock it into place. It's actually pretty easy, and there's more plans, like I say, in here for the customized shelves. Now, a couple other things. If you're going to use pegboard, you have a couple options for your hooks. You can use Talon hooks, that's T-A-L-O-N, and these ones are locking hooks. So if you can see at the back, it goes in like this, and then there's this other part, and then a push screw. And so you push the push screw through, and that opens it back up like a grommet. It holds it into place. So these are really great. Now, the metal ones, which I also use, I have a range of metal ones at the top here. These ones are all right, but they don't lock in. And other people like glue them in, and you can do all sorts of things to hold them in place. But they're expensive. And the Talon ones give you a variety of different types. So I recommend the Talon ones for sure. You'll be a lot happier with these, but you'll probably buy some of these anyway. The metal ones are really good for the long ones. They have longer ones than the Talon ones, so that's nice. So another thing you can do, if you don't want to make a cabinet, like I say, it's a little more involved than a beginner cabinet. Not to say it can't do it. Definitely, that's how you learn. Learn by doing. But if you're not interested in spending a lot of time, you want to get your stuff up on the wall quick, what you can do is just buy the pegboard, right? And this is like a 4x8 sheet of this stuff. I think it's like $14. It's not expensive. Then what you do is just get some 3/4 inch wood and make a frame around it on the back. And then what you can do is you can just screw the frame to the wall and screw this to the frame, or do the whole thing together. Just make sure you hit the studs of the wall. And then you can't put your hooks or anything on the very edges, but inside, so whatever the thickness is, right? Anyway, quick and easy. You can put that up in no time flat. Another option, another really good option, is to get oriented strand board. The same stuff that builders use in floors and on roofs and things now. It's a chipboard, and you can just screw that right to your wall, and then all your tools, really simply, just grab a bunch of wood screws and just start screwing things in. Basically, you want to put your wrenches up, start spacing them up, draw a line across, screw it in, screw it in, screw it in, hang all your stuff up. You want these up there, these will hang from screws. Your hammers can hang from screws. Put nails in it, doesn't matter, right? Finishing nails are really good. Quick and easy way to do it. So you don't have to build something like this. You can customize, just very inexpensive ways to customize it is just OSB, which is what I used to have before I built this. But I saw this and I went, oh, I gotta build that, right? So I did. So anyway, I get a lot of questions about this, so that's why I'm giving the little speech about it right now. I think that's about it. I don't think there's anything else really to say about it. It was a great fun project. Like I said, I've had it for about 10 years. And you can customize it any way you want. Do what you want with it. The sliding doors are great. The nice thing about the Talon hooks is that, you know, nothing falls off. One of the other things I did with my spade bits here is I actually put bolts in to hold them in place. So you just put a bolt through, cut off the back of the bolt, and then it won't catch on anything, which is nice. So that's about it. Anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I try to respond to everything. If you have any suggestions, comments, whatever, leave them for me and I'll address them as quickly as possible. And you know, that's about it. Anyway, thanks for watching and have a great day in the shop.